everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would go with you very quickly my monthly reading wrap up. I only read 5 books this month as it was a pretty busy and hectic month, so it's not going to be a long video, so let's get into it. So the first book I read was Parlez-Vous Murder by Susan Kiernan Lewis, and I think I rated this, is it 3 stars? So this was a proper cozy easy read, something where you didn't need any brain power to like fully concentrate. It's about a woman called Jules. She's been dumped by her boyfriend and she's just like had enough, so she decides to go and rent a house in France for a bit. And it's a bit of a weird one because not only does she find a dead body, they're then like catapulted back into the 1950s, so she has no communication with back home, essentially back in America where she's from, so she's now stuck in France. And yeah, it's really random. I don't know if I got this for like free on like a Stuff Your Kindle or how long ago I bought it, but it was what I picked in my TBR jar. But I actually quite enjoyed it, and I would read the second one if I was after something where I just wanted something where I didn't have to focus and I just wanted an easy read, bit of humour, bit cringy, but you know what you're getting with the kind of book. So that was book 1. So the second book I read is This Made Me Think of You by Libby Page. I don't really plan to go too much into it in this video as I did a reading vlog. My last video was an attempt of a 24-hour reading vlog, and I kind of basically gave my thoughts and feelings in that. But it's about a lady called Tilly. Her husband Joe dies of cancer or some kind of illness, and 5 months after he's passed is like the New Year, Christmas, and she gets a phone call from a bookseller called Alfie, and he owns this local bookstore where Tilly used to spend a lot of time, but after Joe's diagnosis and ultimate passing, she wouldn't pick up a book. And basically Alfie says on the phone that he's got a parcel for her. So she's all a bit confused. So she goes to the shop and basically finds out that Joe, before he passed, went in and made a deal with Alfie that for the next year of her life, every month she'll have a book. And he's picked for her, and honestly it's just the sweetest thing. It's very emotional. I did cry. If you watch the video you'll see more of that, but yeah, no, absolutely loved it. Incredibly sweet, wholesome read. The book I read was The Cut by Chris Brookmyre, and I was gutted. I was really disappointed with this one, so I ended up only giving it a 2-star. So it was about this lady called Millie, and she spent what 25 years in prison for a murder she didn't commit. So she was accused of killing her boyfriend, and she's always maintained her innocence, but unfortunately no one's believed her, so she served the full sentence. She comes out and basically becomes friends with this guy Jerome, and they basically try and solve the murder of what happened to Millie's boyfriend. The idea is really good and it's a really original concept, but I think for me it just went on for too long. I found it a bit slow reading it on Kindle, so then I tried it as an audiobook and that just felt even slower again. So unfortunately I think if this was shorter it could have been quite good, but I just started to find it was getting a bit silly, and I was just like, I probably should have DNF'd it, but I was like 75% in at this point, so I was just like, oh, I just want to finish it just so it's done. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, unfortunately. The fourth book we read then was The Black Book by James Patterson, and I really enjoyed this. What did I give this? Was it 4.5? So from the get-go it was really fast-paced. I also read this in my 24-hour reading vlog, so I won't spend too much time talking about it, but really enjoyed it. Really fast-paced, really quick, all about police officers, detectives, and he's been wrongly accused of killing his girlfriend and his partner, his detective partner. So it's a race against time to try and find out the truth before he's actually sentenced and found potentially guilty of a crime he didn't commit. But yeah, absolutely loved it. Really quick, really fast paced. Couldn't put it down, so I would definitely recommend that. Final book I read in the month of May was Yesteryear by Carol Clare Burke. Now what did I end up giving this? I gave this a 3.5. Now, very controversial because I know a lot of people are giving it 5 stars, and I can appreciate why people would give it 5 stars, but for me, it just wasn't for me. I did enjoy it though, and I enjoyed it up to about the 60% mark, and then it just started to get a bit silly. The plot twist was good, I'll give them that, but yeah, I kind of was just a bit like, okay. A lot of people were saying how unlikable Natalie was as the main character, and I can appreciate that. However, I went in expecting her to be unlikable, I think, so that's why I wasn't too bothered about the fact she was just so unlikable and there wasn't really any character growth. The plot twist, like I said, got me. That I actually did really enjoy that. I think that bumped it up to a 3.5 from a 3. But this was about this lady Natalie, and she is an influencer, and she's got this really big social media following, and to her viewers she looks like the perfect traditional housewife where her husband's a farmer, they live on this big farm, so he tends to the animals, this, that and the other. It's like a really wholesome family. However, behind the scenes it's a completely different story. It's the perfect thing of Instagram versus reality. And then one day Natalie ends up waking up actually transformed back into the time she's portraying to her followers. So I don't know when it is. I can't remember if it was like, I don't know, but it's a long time ago, so there's no social media. She's actually living with a family that's not her family, but it is. So she's like basically having a meltdown and trying to work out like what's happened. Why am I now like transformed back into this time? But yeah, no, I would definitely recommend it to people. It's definitely something completely different and very in the era that's happening at the moment. So yeah, I think if anything, I would say to you, go in knowing that the main character is an unlikable character, because I'm sure a lot of people are expecting a massive character growth, and I don't personally think there was any, but I think that was the point of the book throughout. But no, it was an interesting read, but yeah, overall I don't know. I felt like something was missing for me. I think it was more, let's see what all the hype is about, because it's literally everywhere all over social media. And I definitely did enjoy the narrator, because I listened to this on audio, and I don't know if people are reading it and that's what's making them have a 5-star experience, whereas I listened to it on audio. But then I did speak to my sister-in-law, who also read it on audio and felt a similar way, where she was a bit like, oh, it's okay, but can't see the hype. She wonders if she should have read it. But then for me, I think I would have got bored if I read it, because I was at a 60% point. I was like, right, okay, it's going. Then I just felt a bit of a lull. So then by the end, I was like, right, I just want to know the ending. So yeah, that's it really. I only read 5 books, which is still a good reading month, but to me, I wish I'd read more. But May was a busy month, so can't really moan. And hopefully I'll read some more. I'll hopefully read some good reads in the month of June. So thank you for watching.